Hey guys, how's it going? We are back, and so is Plaguestar. Yes, so I thought we'd start off our return with a video on that and how I have been doing solo steel path runs recently. But first of all, I just want to kind of run over what's going to be happening over the next few weeks in terms of video uploads. Obviously, I haven't uploaded a video in a couple weeks now at least, so thank you guys for sticking with the channel. It's been very busy, moving flats, just trying to get myself settled in. So kind of over the next few weeks at least, there's just going to be one upload a week while I'm kind of figuring things out. So yeah, apologies I can't get 2 videos up. I just don't really have the time to be focusing on this right now. And in terms of the series that we're doing, or we were doing, I am actually going to have to stop for the foreseeable the Duviri Max Out series. Unfortunately, it was just taking me too much time each week, and there's been so much that's actually released into the game recently where I've, missed it as well. So, the Grendel Prime release, the latest frame that's released as well. I haven't managed to do any of these things whilst I've been away, and I would rather focus the majority of my time on catching up and obviously just, getting stuff ranked up to where it should be, getting my MR up to where it should be for an end game player. And all that good stuff. So yeah, unfortunately that series will come to a close. However, hopefully I am going to be starting to do some streaming again. There's not going to be a schedule for it. I'm just going to pop on whenever I fancy and feel like it. So keep an eye out on Twitch for notifications for that. Hopefully we'll be going live semi-regularly. I can't really guarantee anything at this point because I'm not really sure what's going to be happening. But yeah, hopefully streaming will return. So yeah, keep an eye out on Twitch for that. But yeah, without further ado guys, let's jump into this video about Plaguestar. Okay guys, so for those of you who are perhaps newer to the game and are unfamiliar with this event, it is a really good opportunity to gather up some Forma. As you can see, I have none right now. So I am going to be trying to max out as much of this standing as I possibly can before the event ends, and then just probably spend it all on Forma, see how much I can get. I don't have a lot of time to farm this up, unfortunately, but I do want to focus the majority of my time on this event while it's here, because it does not come around very often, once a year at the very most. So do bear that in mind, make the most of this event while it is here. You can also get stuff like Exodia Contagion and also the Plague Zors as well, if you need those for MR, or if you actually fancy using them. They are pretty good Zors, so go ahead and grab those. Snipetron, all that good stuff, and you can get some nice rare things for the Plains of Eidolon, some of the resources, so that's also nice as well. Okay guys, so when it comes to the build that we are going to be using for this, I like to use Vault for my bounty missions, as those of you who have been watching my channel for a while well know. However, I am fully aware that there are some great builds out there for Nova as well on the solo runs, and I am actually going to leave a link down in the description below to a video by Sargs, who I used to run Eidolons with back in the day. He has done a video of a very fast run, and he's still doing it, I imagine, using Nova. But yeah, for the purposes of this, and obviously just to keep things casual, and I don't want to be like full-on speedrunning this, I just want to be comfortably doing it over and over again, I am just going to be using Vault so that nothing goes wrong. And I'm also going to be drawing a bit of inspiration as well from videos like those from Nightmare Frame, who explains it a bit more. Sarg's video, he does do the run very quickly, but he doesn't really talk about it all that much. Nightmare Frame does explain the mechanics a bit more, so yeah, go ahead and have a look at those guys' videos, because they will give you some insight into what's going on. I will explain as best I can as we go along, but yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to be using Vault, not worrying about Nova at all. So yeah, in terms of Archon shards here, we've got 3 on ability strength and 1 casting speed, 1 armor for a bit of extra durability. And then on the frame itself, we have ourselves corrosive projection, rush, 3 umbral mods, total overkill, but I have 2 umbral former on my build, so I've just gone with all 3. Energize to keep our energy pool up nice and high. We've got velocity on here, as we are going to be using our pistol, which is the Piranha, to take out the Hemocyte. And then we also have Shock Trooper to augment our first for some extra damage, and I have put on Resonator, which Sargs also uses in his video. This is a really good tool for keeping the infested units away from you whilst you are dealing damage to the Hemocytes at the end. However, I am going to be probably in my Arc Wing for most of that final bit of the fight, because it just allows you to just stay away from them anyway. But there isn't really much of a better option you could put here. You could add some more damage on, but it's really not going to do you much good either way. So yeah, that is the build. In terms of our primary, you can run whatever you want, but I like to use a weapon that can clear and also has, some long-term damage potential. So the Kuva Ogress with Night Watch Napalm, really good for those last few infested units if you want to use it. I probably won't be, but you know, run whatever you're comfortable with as your first. And then our secondary, which is what we are going to be using to dish out the damage, is the Piranha Prime. I have got Galvanized Shot on here. It's totally unnecessary to have this. It's just how I formed my build just for other parts of the game. If you wanted to put on some additional magazine capacity here, that might actually be a really good idea. But yeah, for the moment, I'm just leaving it as it is because it's completely fine. Everything else geared towards multi-shot, crit chance, and fire rate. You'll notice I've put Primed Pistol Gambit on instead of Creeping Bullseye because I want to keep as much fire rate as I possibly can. And then I am running my Exodia Contagion Saw on my melee. If you had Prime Sure-Footed, you could go ahead and throw that on here, in which case you could go ahead and not run Unairu and use a Gunblade instead with Shattering Impact to take out the armor of the Hemocyte. However, yeah, I don't have Prime Sure-Footed yet on this account, so we are just going to be running something that can also clear units very quickly and easily. So Exodia Contagion, a very good option for that. And as I said, we are running Unairu, simply for poise so that I don't fall over, and also for Caustic Strike, which is going to allow me to strip the armor of the Hemocyte instantly as it comes out of the boil. Our pet, we are using an Adarza Kavat. If you take a look here, I've just got a few mods on. It's one former, so it's not crazy. But Primed Animal Instinct, not totally necessary on here, so if you didn't want to former it, I would probably just take that off. We've then got Fetch, Link Vitality, Tech Enhance for the increased duration on Cat's Eye, which is going to give us increased crit chance on our Piranha, which is really nice. And then we've got Tech Assault so that he doesn't die all the time, and Medipet Kit so that if he does go down, the recovery time is reduced by 15 seconds. In terms of our gear, you can use your Necromech for this to keep the door open if you want, but the main one you want to have is your On-Call Crewmate, or you can also use the K-Drive to keep the door open at the start as well. But yeah, we're going to be using our On-Call Crewmate on the defense part of this mission, so make sure you have an On-Call Crewmate. I am running a Kuva Nucor on him with Toxin as the progenitor element. So that's what we've got there. I'm not going to go into the full details of the build, just make sure you have a well-rounded Kuva Nucor build, and it will do tons of damage on an On-Call Crewmate. I'm also using my Itzal right here, which can go invisible if need be, although it's probably not going to be necessary at all. But Itzal is probably the fastest Arcwing in the game right now, and yeah, you can use Cosmic Crash as well to pull in any loot should you want to. So yeah, that, guys, is the build. Let's now take a look at the run, and as I said, I will try and explain it as best I can as we go along. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead, select our Plague Star Steel Path bounty, and then as soon as we head in here and get into the plains, I'm going to go ahead and use my Vault's second ability. I'm going to head over to the left. The majority of the caves are on the left. There is one kind of to the right that you might encounter, but for the most part you want to just be on the left. Sarg's kind of perches himself around here, so I'm going to do the same. Sometimes you get lucky and get a spawn down in the caves below. This is probably the worst spawn you can get, so this might be a bit of a longer bounty than most, but we'll do it anyway. There we go. And now what we want to do is we want to actually get out of this cave and back to the gate before these guys can stop talking. So we're going to have to be fairly quick about it. Whoop, let's try and stay on track. Might have to use an energy pad to keep my my speed up. There we go. So let's head back to the gate now. And we can use Nora to just cancel their speech right here. Like so. And then you should get this spawn over here. So we're going to go ahead, put our Toxin in right here, throw down our On-Call Crewmate. He is going to do a nice job of defending everything. Oh, let's go ahead and actually activate some buffs here. And yeah, we're just going to defend this now until the timer runs out, so I will catch you guys once that is done. Alright guys, so our timer is nearly up. We're going to go ahead, and as soon as this comes out of its little console here, we're going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to head over to a location over here. I've put a lock pin down. And it's going to allow us to spawn the drone just on that other lock pin, the blue one over there, like so. And we're going to use our second ability to speed up the drone to get it over to the boil nice and quickly. So yeah, we're just going to kind of follow along with this. There we go. So now obviously we want to get this guy spawned in. And to do that we need to take out the infested units. Their spawn rates will increase as time goes on. At the start here they're going to be quite low, so you know, you've got to actually be looking for them. And as soon as we get to 25%, the first guy is going to spawn in. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just activate most things. Get into my operator right here, and as soon as he emerges, I'm going to use my caustic strike to strip the armor completely, like so. Then I'm going to go ahead, activate my second, and the resonator right there. And we're just going to go around and take out each head in turn. That was pretty poor, but there we go. Hopefully this guy actually does something. Sometimes he can bug out. Yeah, that's kind of poor from me, but that's one down. So now we've got to get the next one spawned in. Exactly the same position right here. Like so. Yeah, he's got a bit stuck again. Sometimes this can happen. It's usually not too much of a problem, but sometimes it can really cause him to bug out. There we go. Come on. Like so. What the resonator also does, which I forgot to put it down then, is actually corral the infested into one spot, which is really nice. Let's see if he makes it out this time. Nope, he's getting a bit stuck again. Not as much as he did last time, mind you, but it's fine. That's one head. Oh. Was not expecting him to do that, to be honest. Usually he goes around to this head next. Good, good. Down there we go. Just going to get my ammo back up real quick. Strip the armor, same as before. I think he might have actually got out a bit cleaner this time, which is nice. There's one. There's two. Come on, you can do it. And there's three. We can use our second ability to get back over to the gate nice and quickly. And just over 8 minutes. That's probably the slowest time you will ever get. We did have the long cave at the back there, which, you know, isn't ideal at all. But yeah, just over 8 minutes or 8 minutes dead is usually about the time that you should be getting on all of these at most. If you get closer spawns or better cave spawns, then you can get that down to 7 minutes without any trouble whatsoever. So yeah, that's what I've been running, guys. Let's have a quick round off in the orbiter now and yeah, close off the video. Okay guys, so obviously Volt, my frame of choice for this, but Nova is a pretty prevalent one in the current meta, so if you do want to have a look at Sarg's video down below to see how he uses Nova, then by all means go ahead and do so. It is a very interesting run to watch. He may well have improved his time by now as well, so yeah, just keep an eye out for his videos because they are interesting to watch. But yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Let me know how you've been running Plaguestar, what you've been doing, what times you've got down in the comments below. And yeah, we'll end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. I'll see you later, guys.